Yes, yes, yes. And normally we would have a post stream, but our entire delay took that over.
I'm sorry.
So now we don't even get that.
I'm
You gonna be
sorry.
alright there, Soren?
Fuck you, work.
It's
I'm
it's not
sorry.
it's not just you, Soren.
Yeah, nah.
Valen was also out,
Just
and
mostly you.
If you want
Agathar
to take
didn't
the
show up until like 30 minutes past the start time.
Me though, I was
That's
here
what I
half an
always
hour
do.
early.
No, no,
I
no.
was
I
here
mean
Like I
like
was
past
always.
the game start time.
3 minutes
Past the
early.
game start time.
But the game's starting now.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So, without further ado, allow me to begin the recording, and thank you to our lovely chatters and people that follow us and say hi on Twitch and other jazz. But
We have those?
we have a few. We have a few. And so here we go. Good evening, ladies, lords, lasses, and all those in between. It is I, your humble game master, the Deathly Shad, here today to bring you some more Rains of Vitrium content as I remember to put music on for the current scene that everyone's having. Need just a minute to find that. Till I get to there though, everyone introduce yourselves one by one. Go for it. Starting at one,
I,
Agathar, say hi to the people.
hi, people.
And it was me, Morrigan. Hello, the people.
Uh-huh.
And Red
You're not
Skull, you
here right
know.
now. That's why you go.
Alright, I'll just fucking leave then. Alright, see you later.
Good, bye.
Damn.
Okay, bye.
Anyway,
Say
Renswa,
hi.
say hi to the people.
Hello. My girlfriend has betrayed us.
Mm.
Now I have to get my own girlfriend with blackjack and hookers.
And she'll certainly have the blackjack. Maybe not the hookers, though.
Hello, everyone. I don't know what I'm doing here anymore.
Eh. All right, Vonnie. That's how you say hi to people, I suppose.
It's as good as we're gonna get. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you'd be so kind, Soren, also say hi to the people.
How's it going? I'm tired.
Oh boy, howdy! Don't I know that feeling?
Maybe if you had a fucking sleep schedule, Shad.
Oof.
What
Maybe,
sleep schedule?
sleep schedule has nothing to do with this. I've been
Yeah,
driving all
I'll send
day.
you a Wikipedia article about.
Sleep is
Circa-
for the weak.
So we just direct Shad to the Wikipedia page for circadian rhythm.
If only it would work. If only it would work. Well then, let us get right back into the action. When last we left our adventurers, Agathar the Kobold Rogue, Morrigan the Halfling Divination Wizard, Renswaw the Ratfolk Monk, Sora the Ratfolk Samurai, and new party member Vonnie the Rabbitfolk Smith. Betrayal! With four exclamation points. Morrigan has decided to leave the party to exact her revenge on Vuori and its citizens in light of a visit to a retired knight of the very order that slaughtered her family, leaving the party with a singular message: find me if you can, hunt me if you dare, hunt me if you will.
You
Or,
cannot spell slaughter without laughter.
hunt me if you dare, kill me if you think you can, but in about 7 days' time there won't be very much left of Vuori. With Agathar waking up in the middle of the gondola with his friends and family surrounding him and a singular traveler that is supposed to go with them, just what will the party do next? Will they be able to find Morrigan before she destroys Vuori? Just what do the travelers want? Will everything be okay? Who knows? I don't! Let's find out today as we return to the Rains of Vitrium.
Hooray.
So, go ahead. The stage is yours, players. You are all finding out about Morrigan's betrayal. What will you do now?
Yeah. Aguilar spent a long time explaining kind of literally everything that happened during this little rompus.
You don't want to go over that in character?
That's a lot of details.
Why are you saying you don't remember it?
I mean, I remember a lot of it, but I'm mostly thinking for time.
Hmm.
So just skipping to the part where he's probably sat up on the couch, um, kind of getting to the last bit of the explanation, um, as he finishes saying, and then she just left, leaving me here.
I was afraid of this.
And I see it's coming.
So, what's this whole plan of hers?
She's going to target major cities in Vuori, and she's going to completely destroy them. She spent years devising this plan and laying its foundations.
Hmm. And didn't you guys try to
Francois would
stop her?
Rinsois is just kind of catatonic in a seat, kind of staring forward at nothing.
What did Vonnie say?
Didn't you try to stop her when you found out?
That's what I thought. I thought maybe we convinced her otherwise, but I guess it wasn't enough.
I was afraid she'd turn back on it. Anger that deep is very hard to just toss aside.
She fooled all of us.
Well, she could fool us once.
Yeah, Agathar has kind of holds his head out a little bit, and just his brow is furrowed as he kind of stares ahead. I won't make that same mistake again.
Eh, pardon me. Eh, I am a bit new here, but what is going on? Yeah, exactly.
Agathar looks at him. I think when he kind of mid was explaining stuff, I think he uh used. I think he like summoned, or at least he told, like, used his connection to Bellinata to be like, get here, like, get over here, sort of thing. Um, but as he like looks over at this traveler, he just kind of like it's like a glare, but also like a curious look of just like, yeah, what? Who are you? What the hell are you doing here?
Uh, bit of an awkward situation here, but looks left, looks right, walks over the door leading to the private suite area, slides it open, peeks out. Oh, hello. Could you not be there, Monsieur Godperson? No.
What door? It was kicked in.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, then leans out the open doorway, sees that there's some guards kind of like waiting to kind of like shove you off. Just like, hey, you're kind of here after hours, we need you to leave, but they also don't want to interrupt what's going on here because it sounds serious. So they're just
Uh-huh.
kind of like sitting outside, and he just kind of like slides back in. It would be better if I explained a bit more in more private quarters. No.
Yes,
I
we should head
agreed.
back to the cart.
You want me to carry you?
No, I'm fine. There's he he goes to stand up, but then he like um he stands up on his own, but his hand is like placed in where one of his like pockets are in his armor, and he looks at it curiously, knowing it was empty before. And then he's gonna pull out whatever is in his pockets.
You pull out a key with a black cord. You have Morrigan's key to the caravan.
He has it like in his hand, and then he just like grips it really tightly in his hand, like he's trying to crush it, and just with a scowl. Yeah, let's get back to the card. I'm fine. Like his head kind of raises slightly, almost like he gets like an idea. I'll meet you guys there. There's something I need to take care of.
Yeah, are you sure? Oh, we should not be traveling together. No.
I'll be fine. And he will kind of push past the traveler guy and start walking.
Soren doesn't stop him. But he does look concerned and just shakes his head and starts following.
But he's gonna look back at before he does head out. He's gonna look back at Francois. Come on, sis.
There's a couple of moments where there's no real response before you kind of see her body kind of jump in her seat as she kind of looks around a bit. What? Yes. Come.
He'll give her a sad, worried look as he watches her stand up. I'm just gonna go to the university. I'm not going far.
Okay.
He looks at Soren, kind of like he's pretty, especially for you. He's pretty easy to read. Where it's like a lot of things that he wanted to do has been tossed out the window, and he's back into like gotta get shit done mode. But he looks pretty like regretful about it. But he will just kind of start walking out of the train. Can't think of the gondola. That's the word for it.
Yes, it is the gondola. So, as you leave and Renswall, I would presume, leaves as well, this traveler just kind of like looks to Soren and Vani and just kind of you can see like a small bead of sweat just roll down the face of his mask before he reaches into his robes and pulls out a small booklet and just kind of like flips through it and he looks between the two of you and says, who would like a joke for the situation?"
Vonnie
Soren's
just-
already started walking back to the caravan far away from him.
Vonnie walks forward, looks at the broken door. I forget which cantrips I said. Yeah. Casts Mending on the door, leaving the traveler in the.
I mean, he can leave. It takes a whole minute to cast that.
Yeah. It does. Took less.
Takes 1 minute to cast.
Yeah.
You would also need to mend both hinges, along with any damage to the door. And the guards are sitting there watching you the whole time, just like, okay, you're fixing the door, good.
Oh man, excuse me, what the absolute fuck?
And like, you guys are walking by these guards, and they're giving you a bit of a wide berth because it's like you're known, and like you're leaving.
Yeah, I guess I didn't get him
And
any mind.
yeah, and like you're the last person out, so you're being footed with the bill, but like you're fixing the door, so like you're fine. They'll let you fix the door and then leave. But like this traveler guy's just like, I suppose not, and just kind of leaves and follows
It's
after
be a
Thorin.
knock knock joke. You already did the knock knocking.
It would be a knock knock joke, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
No, it was gonna be a different joke.
He's just like, knock knock. The guard is like, you knocked down the door.
Who's there? Vonnie's just me.
Everyone antis his joke. Anyway, so yeah, where are you off to, Agathar and Rensois?
He's gonna wait for the girls to get here.
I mean, they arrive.
Yeah.
Too sweet. Like, they basically arrived outside the carriage, but outside the gondola, but they weren't allowed in
Yeah.
because they're fucking skeletons and they're unsupervised.
Well, it's just I have a permit.
I have a frother.
Yes,
have a permit.
yes, you have a permit, you have a father, but your father's not here with you. I need him here with you, and yeah, that's about where you walk in at, and she's like, "Father, look," and he looks, and this guard looks down and goes, "Oh, okay. These two yours?
Yes.
Present magical signature so I can correlate the two."
It's already out.
Uh,
He's like, I got a quick pocket for that shit.
Okay. He takes it, nods, and hands it back. All right. On with the three of you then.
He will climb onto Bell, and Anna will receive a kind of a mental command of just stay with the others, do whatever Renswa does to you. If the travelers start doing weird shit with the others, eliminate them.
Our joke's weird, father.
And Anna just kind of like gives a nod, like, as you say, father.
Father, he did know
We
what.
worked that out.
Father, he did not know what en passant was, so I have killed him.
He shook. he shook other father's hand, and so I eliminated him.
Anyway, where are you going?
He's gonna have Bell book it to the university, to the college.
All right, you head there. Where's everyone else heading?
Bonnie is heading towards the cart after fixing the door.
All right. How about you, Soren?
So, Soren decides to start following Agathar and then stops thinking he's going to need some time and then just kind of like, again, shakes his head, just heads towards the caravan.
And Rensois?
Francois probably just stands there in the square for a bit, unless anyone like looks back and sees her.
I mean, like,
Before she would. It depends on how like. Eventually, she would follow. It's more of whether someone turns back, sees she's not immediately following.
Yeah, and Soren would probably notice this and like just kind of approach her slowly and just lightly put a hand on her shoulder and go, "Hey, you all right?"
There's a you see she doesn't completely pull away from the touch, but there's a noticeable flinch at it before her eyes kind of slowly they'll trail up to look you in the face before they very quickly trail back down. I am okay.
Hey, you can talk to me if you need. You know you all can, right?
We should follow the other. And she'll start trudging after Vani.
And the Soren will follow. Hiccup.
Rensois,
Yeah.
you feel a small buzz in your pocket.
She takes another like step or two. She kind of pauses in place, kind of quirking a brow a bit before seeming to realize what's happening as she reaches into her pocket and pulls out, I'm assuming, the sending stone that's buzzing.
Yes, it is. Neotals.
She has it.
You gonna click it to actually listen to the message?
I mean, yeah, she has it in her hand. That's what she's doing.
Okay. Okay. The message you receive is as follows. Hey, Rensois, just heard some possibly concerning news from Eloise. Did something happen to Morrigan, or is the message she received from someone else?
What did Eloise receive?
She received a message from Morrigan saying that we had 7 days to vacate the city before it goes kaput, and to not warn anyone.
She heard right.
2 hours. I'll be there.
Okay.
We all will be there. And then your stone goes silent.
She very listlessly shoves it back in a pocket and continues on. She does not turn to look and see if anyone is listening or anything.
I need to make a roll. Hey, Soren, give me a high or low.
Low.
I assume you're still with Rensois, right?
He would have been walking back to the caravan.
Okay, so
But
Rensois is... So it's just Rensois alone whenever she gets the sending stone message, right?
yeah, I mean, he probably would have
Okay.
been walking along with her,
Okay.
just to make sure she's okay.
Okay. Okay. Then yes, since you're both here, I'm giving you... I'm giving you the the higher low then.
Well, I mean, Soren's the passive perception is 17, so
Yes, but I'm
if
giving you a
it's
higher low.
okay, high.
High. Okay.
I said low first. Let's go low.
Okay. I will say that the traveler guy is currently with the two of you because, like, you know, he too also noticed Rensois was looking a little bit shell shocked, but like, he let you approach and because because it by his logic, you know her better, you would be able to help her out better, and you kind of like see him behind the two of you, just kind of like twiddling his thumbs, like he looks like he wants to say something, but he's refraining. He's very awkward.
I'm assuming we both notice that.
I mean, you do at the very least. It's up to Renswa if she notices or not.
Nope. Not
Yeah,
if
I
he's
figured.
behind her.
Yeah.
She's in Traumaville.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Traumaville, population Veneri.
Yes.
He was tall Swa, now she's Trom Swa.
Anyway, please continue. Are you going to poke him with anything, or are you just gonna kind of like just let him sit there and be awkward?
Well, he's going to kind of like look back at him and then just like watch Francois for a second, and then kind of like hang back to let her go ahead, and then just be like, "Is something bothering you?"
Mildly. I was under the impression that this group of people were a bit more team unity. No.
A bit more what? Sorry.
Team unity, you know, the to say that they were more unified, more cohesive, no imminent betrayals in the process, you know.
With the
You
bees
know,
magic, you know?
it's just a little awkward, no?
He just takes a deep breath and goes, "Well, I thought we were. Seems one of us wanted to break the unity to go do her own thing."
Well, I'm sure she has a good reason or two, no? He gives you like a pained smile. He's so desperately trying to turn a positive.
Soren just kind of like takes a deep breath and says, "I appreciate what it is you're trying to do, but we just need a minute. Not literally a minute, but some time. All right."
I figured you did not mean literally 1 minute. That would be we are not so dense, you know. No.
Well, you can't see past the mask, so it's kind of hard to tell. He just
Oh.
says deadpan.
True. No. This is why I kind of wanted you guys to come into the private place with me and my siblings, but no, it never happened.
We were heading back to a private place. I don't know if that's what you were talking about, or
Sir, you were there in front of the cart with us. We were trying to get in.
what for? What did you need? Because it seemed like
He
the guards were
puts
trying to
it,
get us out.
he puts his hands in front of his face and just kind of like puts them in like a prayer gesture and just kind of like takes a deep inhale, like,
Oh, give me strength.
boy. Just like that, that's the kind of expression. Roll me an intelligence check.
And it is staring intensely. It's like,
There is
private.
a 0 to intelligence. Not that was a save. So
Yeah, it's
But-
same difference, but still with a 9. He has said it no less than 3 different times on 3 different occasions. I need to speak with you guys privately. Can we get into a place that is private to speak?
yes, and Soren was telling him that we were headed to a private place in the caravan.
Yes, and then you're like, but what do you
He
like,
said
you know?
the private place, and so that's what Soren was. That's what threw
Oh,
Soren
okay.
off.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what threw me off. It doesn't like these are travelers. Like I kind of thought he was when he said the private place, he was talking about a specific place.
Yeah, he is. He's talking about, you know, the cart.
Okay, so
They've been trying to get in this cart for the better part of a day. So they can talk with you guys. But they got denied.
well, I mean, can you blame us?
No, I don't blame you guys. It's all good. I get it. But still, that's where his frustration is stemming from.
Yeah, well, Soren's just like kind of like gestures and goes, "We're headed back to the caravan. You can talk to us there."
Hopefully. So,
That is what we have been trying to do, no?
it is what we have been trying to do, no? Sorry. Good vibes, no?
Vibes contacts.
He'll give you a pat on the shoulder,
He
and
just
then
he just like rolls his eyes and says, "Just come on."
that was the plan. Make sure that she's doing okay. So, cause she looks a little catatonic, no?
I
Points over to
was plan.
Rensois, who is just like strolling forward, maybe bumping into a couple people.
I'll keep an eye on her.
Yes. It looks as if all world just came absolutely crashing to the ground. Heard Morrigan like close or something?
He just takes a pause and says, "I, they were close."
Oh, how close?
I'll let her tell you when she's able,
Getting better.
but
Of course,
I
of course.
I need to be a brother to her, so just meet us at the caravan. We'll be there soon.
I'm just going to follow you. No.
He just shrugs and continues walking.
All right. He'll walk behind you. Agathar, Bobby, you're going to the
I
university,
sure am.
visiting Miss Ariana.
Something like that. If
All
she's
right.
there.
I mean, she's
Um,
there.
yeah. On the
She sees you
way.
riding up. Just oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead. You had thing
Yeah.
wrong.
So on the way, he just is very silent, but kind of halfway there, he's going just not even looking at Belle. Just says, "How do you feel about playing dress up?"
Me, father? Do I
Yeah,
get a new bow?
for the sake of, I will get you a new one when this is over. But for the sake of blending in, there won't be a bow. But I'll get you a new one.
Okay. Can it be green?
Sure, any color that you want.
Thank you, father.
Of course, you'll have to pick it out though. I won't really know what green looks like.
It's okay, father.
Um, and he kind of looks down a little bit. Um, Another beat of silence as he just kind of seemingly talking to no one. He's just kind of say out loud, "I wronged her, didn't I?"
I don't know, father.
um,
Wouldn't you want to talk with mother about this?
yes, I was hoping. Honestly, I was hoping that she would be on your other shoulder already.
No, I'm behind you. It's much more comfy.
You'll like do the half like head turn. So, what do you think? Did I fuck everything up?
No. Even if you had supported her in wanting to kill that man, she still would have done this. Or she would have pushed you to convince the others to want to let her do it.
It's the whole damn reason she brought me up there in the first place. I just I was
You wanted
thinking
to
about,
see the better in it.
yeah, no, it's there. Just I was thinking about her. I was thinking about getting rid of that corruption right at its source, and with what we were going to be doing in Vuori anyway, I figured that would be a measure to prevent something like that to happen, but it was never good enough for her.
Nothing ever would have been.
Yeah,
She was looking for a specific answer that only she knew the. She was looking for a specific answer to her question, and none of you gave it, and none of you could have, because nothing else other than utter destruction would have been satisfactory.
yeah. But unfortunately for her, he just like looks forward again, just like almost trying to cut the air with his glare. She made a mistake.
Hmm.
She can do whatever she wants to me. She can manipulate me. She can trick me. She can freeze me for 8 hours. I don't care. She hurt Rensois, and that I will tear her to shreds for.
Hmm.
She used her second chance. I'm done with her.
Hmm.
And that's it. He
So
doesn't speak.
she'll say,
Hmm.
"So you're not using your mark."
No, but we will need your help tracking her down at the very least.
Hmm. This is your quarry. What aid I give will be limited. If
I
you wish
figured.
to be, if you wish to be what you want to be, you must do this with as little aid from me as possible.
Yeah, take the little bits, but we'll have to figure out how to find her.
It's okay. I know her favorites.
It looks like he like almost goes to like ask her something, and then kind of shakes his head a little bit, almost like it's too much. Um, like too vengeful, too malicious. Um, um, but he's gonna say, "Yeah, I appreciate any help, but maybe I should contact Eloise. She needs to know about this."
I think she already does. Renswa got a message from Neatal.
He turns his head to look at her. How does she know?
Apparently Eloise got a message from Morrigan.
I'll have to talk to her about it. We meet up then.
They'll be here in 2 hours.
I should be back by then.
We should be. She'll then give him a hug from behind.
He is kind of limp when she holds him, but soon his hand kind of places on top of hers. Is this what you felt like for all that time?
Hmm. Yes. But perhaps a bit more.
I feel like I'm gonna go mad.
One often does. But you have time to think through it.
have 7 days. But the bottom line is, I can't let her hurt those people.
One more time.
The bottom line is, I can't let her hurt those people.
Hmm. You're a good man.
Someone has to be.
Hmm. And the two of you continue to ride on. I already know what your plans are. I know what you're going to do. We don't need to go through a scene if you don't want to.
No, not really. We can do it. Yeah. We can do it when like something when he quotations returns. But yeah, that's pretty
All
much
right.
it.
I will say that around about an hour or so later, all of you have reconvened back inside the carriage. Although, not necessarily inside, maybe. Like, the three travelers are still sitting outside. I don't know if you would have allowed them in or not.
That
Uh,
is more so up to Vonnie and Soren because Rinsaw is beyond carrying.
yeah.
Carrying
It would
requires emotions.
it would fall to Agathar. He's the one capable of allowing them sight.
Well, they could come in, I just wouldn't be able to see.
Yeah.
Blindness.
I mean, they said they had something to say and had to be in private, so Soren would begrudgingly let them in.
The three of them
But he would
stand.
also warn them they wouldn't be able to see.
The three of them stand and then bow. And Comedy Mask, aka the guy that's been walking around with you guys the whole time, says, "Ah, well, it is a good thing that we have these special goggles, no?" And he just looks to the other two behind him, who just nod and just go, "Yes, it is very good. We have those, no?" And they each pull out a pair of goggles that they then put over their mask before stepping inside.
He hits a wall. Fuck.
Eh, they
These
don't seem to
are
be.
these are Deus Ex Machina glasses.
They allow us to just do whatever we want because the DM says so.
Anyway, the three of them manage to step inside. They don't seem to be all too blinded, but they will just simply take a seat at the table, and Comedy just kind of looks over you, Soren. We will have to wait until your final compatriot returns to give proper motivations, no? Or explanations.
It'd probably be better. And is Renswa sitting with them, or did she go to her room, or?
Renswa's
okay.
player will BRB.
Yeah, they're okay. Boo.
I would assume that Renswa probably just sits down in a
Disassociate.
recliner in
Yeah.
the carriage and
Yeah.
just kind of like, you can hear the vaporwave playing in the background. No, wait, no, you can hear
Sad
the
funk music.
no, you can hear the backing track for Stan from Eminem playing in the background. He's gone cold, I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all.
No.
And the next time after that song ends, you just hear "Cut my life into pieces."
No. That's a bit too high end. Hey,
That's like
Francois, you're probably sitting in the main lounging area of the cart, right? Just kind of like disassociating.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you currently have the backing track for "Stand" from Eminem playing, just like do 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 ba do 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 do, just kind of like staring off into nothingness. As the three travelers now sit inside with their goggles and just kind of like awkwardly look between each other, is kind of like the mood in the room is just like dark. And that's about the point in time in which Agathar shows back up at the cart This time without Bell, but with Soifang kind of like trailing behind as the two of them enter the cart.
Yeah, the travelers will then be permitted to see, since he has the key.
I mean,
Flashbang.
I kid you not. Like that's literally what happens.
Ah!
like the three of them look over to you, and middle one, comedy match, waves and goes, yoo-hoo, hello. Are you the one who can let us see in here? Oh, we have these goggles that let us see in here, but we would like to see without them, no?
Without even reply, access granted.
And then just all and like you,
Just
as he's
the fucking SpongeBob.
as he's asking this, like you can see both Tragedy and Neutral just slowly removing their goggles in preemptively, and like Comedy just kind of goes, jeez, come on. He pulls off the goggles and just kind of goes,
Why would that be a thing?
Yeah, night vision goggles, and all of a sudden,
It's
Don't
it
worry
isn't
about it.
darkness.
Like I said, don't worry about it.
It's funny.
It's smoke.
As he just kind of like puts him over the side. It hurts.
he's stunned.
There we
Kill him.
go. There we go.
Thank you.
Agathar will look at everybody, and kind of weirdly like go up to Soren and like near Renswa as well. He will look up at Soren. How do I look? And he'll like kind of do like presentatory, like, hey, look at the arms, look at the. But like he literally looks like nothing has changed.
He looks down. He tries to look Agathar over to see what it is he's talking about, and he just kind of like cracks a smile and says, "You don't look any different, Muffin."
Oh, cool. That's just because sorry. Oh, well, that's good. Because Father did a really good job at mending the flesh.
He quirks his head and says, "Wait, Anna?"
Oh.
I'm right
Anna's like,
over
"What
here, Rincewa, cooking up a
We-
storm.
the
We
fuck?"
we have become one.
You at this point in time, Soren, you kind of like remember. Oh yeah, Anna's with us. As you see Anna currently preparing bread.
He looks over at Anna and is like, "All right, what's going on here?"
Well, Father had the idea to do a switcheroo, as he would call it, and it's something that maybe Morrigan wouldn't anticipate. So he got flesh from the university and made a perfect copy of himself. And well, we'll see how that works out.
Agathar and Soren, the two of you may roll perception checks if you wish. Where's Vani? Is she downstairs as well?
She would probably be like, oh, after mending and thinking to herself, like, so they had a crazy person trying to destroy a country. Great.
Great.
Now I'm wondering how my brother is. They don't speak of him.
We
So-
literally can't.
We don't talk about Valen. No, no, no. We don't talk about Valen.
Dear God. Okay.
But
So,
It was my judgment day.
continue, please.
Vonnie's probably doing a deep dive investigation in Maury's room. Just see if there's anything left.
Door
I will
is
say that,
locked.
yeah, I'll say you can't get in without the key, which Agathar has on his person.
I tried. Alright.
Don't worry. You can get involved, please. Don't leave.
You can just ask for it. You can ask for it.
You could try to
Yes.
kick the door down like you did in the tram.
I have plenty of spell slots left.
I would say if you want to attempt to dispel magic on the door to try and get yourself in, that would be a spell ability check. And you would only have like roughly a minute, and you'd be locked in after that minute. Unless you succeed another dispel magic on it again. Because keep in mind, this whole cart has been super enchanted to be like very, very impervious defenses and stuff like that. So like it's got some heft to it. It's got some beef to it. It basically had to sit inside of an anti-magic field for people to get inside and explore it.
And Vonnie like, oh, it's been super enchanted. My foot's been mega enchanted.
So you could, in theory, dispel magic to open it. That is the thing. It would just require you a spell save DC, and it would only temporarily disable the lock.
And Vonnie will just wander about being like, well, can't do anything until they figure out what's going on.
You could sit in the main area.
Vonnie's probably just gonna listen in.
That
Okay.
requires socializing.
Okay. So,
Only talks to swords.
Soren, Agathar, the both of you hear just like one traveler exchange the other one. Jeez, and say, oh, we are fucking weird. He made the old skin copy of himself.
Belethar like looks over at them. Just
Belethar.
That's the Belthar didn't make a perception check. That was Agathar.
oh, you wanted Agathar. Okay, then subtract.
You
I wasn't
want-
sure which which Agathar you wanted it to happen on. In that case, he rolled a 17 instead of a 21.
17. I'd say that's probably enough.
Okay.
If Belethar wants to make a comment,
yeah, she looks over at them and it just kind of says, yes, but we're strange times. Besides, we are weird, yes.
okay. So Comedy says, so where is the real Agathar?
He's around.
In this room around?
Yes.
Okay.
She just stares at him.
Slowfang takes a seat in a chair nearby, just sits.
If you
Okay.
wish to, if you want his presence, he's around. He will listen, and I can always relay the entire message to him.
Hearing this, Soren just kind of like lifts his head up in an like I get what's happening, and just nods and goes, "Aye, that he would do that."
Okay. So, he claps his hands together. Big announcement. Hello, fellow linchpins. It is I, the Van of Illusions, no?
And everyone pulls out their guns.
Soren's already drawn Migi. I'm just kidding.
Weapons are drawn immediately.
Belethar, like, kind of looks away for a moment, looks back. Brother says he's not surprised.
It's like Agathar drops on him. That drops on this one like a drop bear.
Hello. So yes. I was informed that I am to travel with you guys to wherever you are supposed to go and lend assistance as needed. No? Uh, and, if, it would be, nice, I would like to maybe say my name and the name of my siblings. No?
The fuck's a la de lu de lo? Vonnie hasn't been read into this situation.
Actually, Vonnie, you hear it normally.
God
Yeah,
damn
you
it.
ain't getting out of this, you fucker.
The three sisters here are Lonnie, Lulu, and Layla.
But yeah, no, Vonnie, you hear it normally.
God damn it.
Hello. Hello.
Why would you be spared?
Uh,
How is he supposed to continue to claim
How is supposed to be-
non-participation if he's forced to
He's supposed to be-
participate?
He's supposed to be a continuous little shit.
Yes. So, yeah,
how? though?
he looks around the room and just like mood check, general reactions from people. I assume Rensois is still like catatonic.
She is vaguely looking in his direction.
Okay.
She
So
still
sorry.
kind of just has like that 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
So, did he say linchpin of illusion or?
Linchpin of illusion.
Yeah, the linchpin of illusions.
And yeah, he just kind of quirks an eyebrow and says, "So you were told to come with us? Why and by who?"
By the master of illusions.
The Archmage?
Probably, yes.
Probably.
Oh, we received
Yes.
a note, randomly, that said, we had to join, Air Force One.
I hate that name.
You're not part of it anymore. You don't have to worry about it.
I don't know why you're upset.
Technically, we never came up with a group name.
No, we didn't.
And he kind of like ruffles through his robes and pulls out a note and he says, and he reads it. I am looking for a group with 3 rabbit folk, a halfling, and a kobold.
Well,
The
we're short of a
kobold-
halfling, but
Oh, I mean, you add the halfling at the beginning of it all, no? Anyway, sorry, did not mean to mention that person anymore.
Yeah, Rensois is no longer looking at him.
Okay,
Yes.
so they ride around in the cart. The Soren has the rabbit folk with the samurai is like has the 2 swords, and the other one is supposed to be a cleric, but that looks like a smith. But that looks like a paladin over there. And the kobold is a necromancer, which is very much apparent by the flesh golem singing over there. Points to Agathar.
And he's an assassin.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh, that explains a lot now.
Ah, yes. Not open with the anxiety at all. I am here to walk with you guys and to become stronger. No?
The fuck's a
Yes.
linchpin?
Oh, you don't know. Who's this lady?
who's this beach?
See, fuck are you?
We were told that one of them was a dour sauerkraut.
Well, that one kind of got repurposed, so to speak.
Yeah.
Ah.
Time screwy stuff. I don't attempt to understand it, but a wish scroll was used to fix Vani, which is Valen's sister, and it messed with the timelines. But either way, he got taken by Lucas, so
Oh, that is great. No,
no.
of
That
course.
that was like as
Anyway, so my name is Cinder, and this is he points to the neutral mask Ash, and this over there, and he points to the tragedy mask, is Ember.
So clown, cinder, neutral, ash,
Yes,
and last one was
Ember.
Ember.
What mask is that one again?
yeah. That's what I'm like.
Ember is the tragedy mask.
Tragedy. Okay.
Valen adjacent.
What tragedy?
And
Damn.
of course, as they are each named, they each bow their heads and with like an inclination of like, hello, pleasure to meet you. Um, and as he finishes that, he just kind of goes, "So, I say it is safe to assume that we have two necromancy linchpins here. No, no, it was supposed to be three, and like you see him squint at the note, and he's like, "Oh shit, is there supposed to be a fourth one apparently?"
Soren doesn't say anything. He just wants to hear. He just wants to hear how much they
Whistling
know.
innocently.
Oh no, wait, there's a fifth one in here. Ah yes, a Miss Amalia, and oh yeah, sorry, this note is constantly updating. No, and just kind of like slipped into his robes.
It's like, oh wait, now it says that there's a sixth one. Oh wait, that is me.
If he had kept the note out, he might have said that. Okay, so pleasure to meet all of you. Yay. No?
Probably would have been a more of a pleasure had it been under better circumstances. He just says with a smirk.
You are not kidding, Monsieur Sherlock, no?
Are you smarming me?
Uh,
No.
would you hate me if I was?
He just shakes his head and goes, "At the moment, no. Probably any other time, I."
And
Oh,
his
jeez.
eye just lens flare. Target.
Target acquired.
Target
Target acquired. Nuke 'em.
Yeah, I don't like the way that the skeletons looking at me, no?
acquired. The eyes. You have a strange hunger to them.
And that's in a good way.
Anyway, yes.
The eyes are the color of murder.
That is the big announcement. Hello, fellow linchpins, it is I, Cinder, the linchpin of illusions, woo!
So is this like a mafia or something?
No, how to explain? Have you ever known a necromancer to be able to do that? And just points over at Agathar.
Probably. Run around with enough mercenaries. See a thing or two.
I will say right now, Bonnie, you have never seen a necromancer able to make a flesh duplicate of himself like this.
Eh,
And even if he could, that's like, it should be a high ass level of necromancy.
Yes.
probably a lich. One I've heard stories of doing. I don't know. Too many mercenary contracts. Too many stories.
Of course, of course. Does someone else want to explain things? Are we allowed to? Is she part of the group?
Yes, she is.
Question mark.
Until, well, until Valen is free from whatever duty he is currently doing. But she doesn't pose a threat. But then again, we thought of that about Morrigan, and things didn't turn out that way.
Yes. Lovely times to get involved with all of this. He just slowly just sits back down, and the neutral mask, Ash, just gives him just rolls her eyes and pats him on the back before standing up. Oh, we are sorry for our brother and his overzealousness. If you require a moment's peace to yourselves, we shall find room and lodging on our own. No.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think we don't have the luxury of time for that. We were originally planning to head to Vuori anyways, but it seems like our timetable is being pushed forward.
Ah, yes, of course. Then we assume you shall be waiting for your other compatriots to arrive, no?
He kind of looks over. He kind of just kind of looks over to Renswad for a second before he says, "I don't know. Do we know which direction they're coming from?"
It's a reasonable assumption that they might take the bar with no name teleportation. Is that they've used that before, right? Or am I
Yes,
making
I
things up?
have.
Okay. It's reasonable to believe that they'll go to a bar with no name and then use the teleporter there to get to here. So, probably from the bar. If I had to take a guess.
Well, they did say they'd be here in a couple hours, so it's not an unreasonable assumption. Besides, I need to talk to somebody before we leave anyway.
And if I could say something, um, this stays between us with what Father has done. The less people know about it, the better. It keeps up the illusion, yes?
He like Sora just kind of like looks at the puppet Agathar and just kind of smiles and says, "Right, but anybody who knows you well is going to be able to see through it."
Well, yeah, I mean, just you guys.
Diesel in the background.
You
Ooh. Free body double.
smell like flesh. um, yes, I mean, I wouldn't imagine they wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they find it out on their own, but it's just a precaution, I think.
He kind of smiles and sighs and just nods and waits for and just basically provides the opening for the travelers to continue if they have anything else to add.
At this point, um, Cinder looks as if he's about to say something, but there's a small bump under the table, and he just shuts up as Ash just gives a small nod. Of course. We shall be going to a room then, and the trio of them basically stand up and they make their way over to the stairs and up to the next floor.
Question. Is it safe to say that all the upgrades have been finished?
Yes.
Alright.
And
Don't know if there's any spare rooms or not. I don't
there
know.
is. Don't worry about it.
The illusion that
Don't
more
worry about it.
rooms.
I was about to say like the Morgan's door, the room to Morgan's room just opens up by itself.
Nah. No, they have rooms. Don't worry about it. And as the three of you just kind of like, well, no, four of you. As the four of you just kind of like sit there alone, you hear another scuffle from like upstairs, and maybe Molly going, "Hey, but I want to go downstairs." Oh, it's not a good time. Oh, okay. And then just kind of like dragged back upstairs. Oh, you got food? Okay, cool, awesome.
It's funny, even the travelers know to keep her out of trouble.
Yeah, I'll go in your white unlabeled van. Yeah, sure.
Sorry, what?
Amalia's going into an unmarked van. It has cookies.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Is that
Uh,
biscuit dough?
Oh man!
Anyway, and
It's not unmarked. It says free candy.
God damn it.
Oh, Molly would
Anyway.
do that.
She
Yeah,
fucking would.
love Amalia.
And then someone's like, "I'm gonna kidnap you now." More free food! Eats the person.
Uh, but
Then she's
Uh,
upset. Say when she's done, she's like, "Where's the candy?"
it's that
Bellathar,
one. It's that one meme of like the guy in the back of the van saying, "I'm getting free candy and you're not."
yeah, yeah. Bellathar will just kind of go to Rensois and just kind of like sit next to her, just looks at her. You want a hug?
There's kind of another kind of jolt as her head snaps to the side when you sit next to her. And for she'll kind of just nod slowly at the question.
Yeah, Bellathar will kind of hug your waist with it definitely kind of goes to show several things. It's not obviously it's not perfect, especially with Agathar's case. It's hard to tell if his arms are cold because they look like they're, especially his fingers look like they're still the glowy bits, but they don't exactly feel cold. And he hugs you with the strength a kobold shouldn't have.
I kept my muscles and strength. I
She
think
just
they're even reinforced.
Like squeezes all of
she
Francois' juice out like a toothpaste tube.
Squeeze the sadness out.
she kind of there's an initial kind of reluctance before she'll slowly kind of slide into the hug before very abruptly just kind of picks Bellathar up and sets them in her lap and squeezes as the
Yeah.
tears finally start to flow.
And around this point in time, there's a knock on the carriage door before it is pretty much kicked open. And
Enchantments mean nothing to you.
like hold on. I assume that they didn't lock the door behind them, basically.
Unless it auto locks. Besides, like the moment the knock happened, that like the door just opens.
Okay, so basically the doors burst in, and Neatal just basically rushes in. She has a sack with what looks like a large carton that says Ben and Jerry's on it. There is a wine bottle in her other hand with two glasses, and she just stumbles in like, "Oh shit, can't see."
Vision.
Ah,
Trip.
Francois just rushes over to where Francois is as Eloise, Riven, Cecil, and Lana all make their way in one after the other. Eloise looking very mournful. Lana looking after Neatal with a bit of with like rolled eye with like a rolled eyes of like time and a place, not at with like of like there's a time and a place, you idiot. Without necessarily really saying it. Riven just kind of like leans up against the wall nearby and just kind of like watches and waits, while Cecil steps in, grins over at Bellathar, and then Agathar, I'll give you an insight check.
Sure. So very good at doing it. Holy. Oops. I exited the GM 15.
It's fine. It's okay if it's GM.
I'm not gonna be able to beat Cecil.
You see Cecil freeze a little bit when he looks at when he looks over when they look over at Bellathar, and a small twitch on one of his eyebrows or on one of their eyebrows, but they
I
don't say
wanted to
anything.
fuse with him.
They just keep smiling as they
Just,
slowly
it should
go
have
to a
been me.
corner. And
I
with
should be wearing his skin, not you.
uh and with that having been said, I am going to start with Eloise, but then I will roll into Neatal afterwards. As I would assume Rensois is a bit too distracted by whatever Neatal is doing to really participate in said conversation. Is that okay?
Uh, yeah, she probably, at the intrusion, kind of, her head kind of slowly comes up from where she has, this teddy bear death grip on Bellathar.
Mm-hmm.
Knees pulled up onto the couch. Um, and she would kind of just, Neatal wanders over, just kind of looks at her eyes, kind of unfocused a bit at first before they kind of straighten out, and she looks towards her. Is that ice cream?
She nods. Yeah, specialty flavor. Carrots and peanuts. Or sorry, carrots and peanut butter. There you go.
I was about to say, like, carrots and peanuts sounds like a fucking terrible combination, Shad.
I don't
Carrots
know
and
if
peanut butter
carrot
can be kind of nice, can't it?
could
Carrots
it?
and peanut butter.
Ice cream.
Maybe.
You're leaning way too heavy into Bunny.
Fine then. Fine then. You know what? Rocky
Yes,
Road. There you go. There you go. She's like, yes, Rocky Road.
Oldie and Goldie.
Boom.
She just kind of sniffles and nods her head.
And I got wine. We can go to your room, chill. You can cry it out. That way you don't have to feel like you're anywhere near other people.
I'm good here.
What'd she say?
I'm good here.
She'll nod. And she'll begin setting up. I will then I'll then cut to Eloise. Eloise just kind of like looks looks over at Soren. So what's the situation?
Well, I don't know if I don't know if Mori has ever told you about it. I'm assuming
I
she has.
got a message. And she'll kind of reach into her bag and she'll pull out a hastily written note.
Don't read it verbatim. I wrote that real shittily.
I know. 7 days. That's how long you have to leave the city. Don't help them, don't warn them, or I'll do it earlier. You won't have a chance to stop me.
She's planning on destroying a good amount of Vuori.
Yeah, I kind of got that. As I remember Eloise's accent.
It's not really an accent. It just has like some gristle on it.
Yeah.
Like she's been smoking for 18 years.
Let me tell you a little bit about what it was like in the
want
old days.
Anyway.
Want some tea?
Anyway.
I tell you about when my parents were murdered by the Hunters.
Anyway. It hardly matters. So, I need you to sit down with me over there at that table and give me details.
All right, come with me.
I mean, she sits over the table.
I thought you said come over to the table. And he sits down with there. He basically just like goes through all of the things that Morrigan told them on the day she revealed everything, and
She'll then snap at Agathar to have him come over too.
Belivar is like kind of stuck in Redsoul's grip, and
yeah,
he looks at her. Do you want to continue holding on to me, or do you wish to let go?
So head bob into like the top of their head when they say, "Do you want to keep holding me?"
His head kind of moves slightly, just so it's barely visible to Eloise. We'll catch up later. She needs me right now. But don't worry, I'll be able to hear you.
Okay. So, that's her plan. I figured as much. She said she wanted to salt the earth to burn it all down. I thought that all of us could make her see otherwise, but apparently she's not seeing otherwise.
we thought so too.
So I kind of curls up tighter.
So, do we have any leads as to where her ritual is going to take place?
I don't remember. It's been a while since we were shown that that vision.
I don't know. I don't remember how specific she went into the plan. Just know that gonna target three
he
major
gave-
cities.
There were two major cities that belonged to the Inquisition: the city-state and an auxiliary state. She gave you the book, but you thumbed through it. You got the gist of it.
Right.
You don't necessarily have you have like the overall scheme she had of a very grandiose spell that would move a lot of small objects over a great distance in the blink of an eye. Precisely. It seemed very complicated. Almost overly so.
Yeah. Belivar, still kind of being enwrapped in Rensois, kind of mentions, is there any point in Vuori that overlooks the major cities? Something with a view, maybe?
No,
Seems grandiose, so
no, it's
maybe
all flatlands out there.
and maybe she might be at the city with the most population.
Have you checked her room yet? No, actually, I don't think you can even get into her room. She probably took her
Uh,
carriage key with her.
actually, she gave it to me.
I tried going in there. It was locked.
Eloise will kind of like walk over to Bellathar and just kind of hold out a hand. Would you mind giving me that key?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Can Eloise roll me a
Dexterity save.
no? I guess an insight check.
Sure thing. Boo, 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 boo. $21.
Okay, yeah, no, that's enough. She notices, so as she, draws closer over to there, she would notice that Rensois kind of strengthens her grip a bit, or like readjusts her grip tighter around Bellathar as she approaches. And with a 21, that is enough to know Rensois is like instinctively trying to wrap around, preserving what family is left.
Aw.
As though anything and everything could be a potential threat now.
Aw. Fuck.
She'll see this, and then she'll give her a small smile. Perhaps in a bit later. Neatal, make sure you make her that tea brew that I gave you earlier. And then she'll back away and kind of move back over to the table to continue chatting with Soren
When
and
when she sits down, she just has the key in her hand.
oh, well that's convenient. Uh, Vani,
Just
The sword just kind of smirks when she says that.
yeah,
Vani,
yeah.
you and Lana go check out the other room, and she'll take the key and toss it to her.
Vonnie will catch it. I've been planning on it.
All right,
It's locked earlier.
yeah. Well, you have the key now. You and her check out that room, and me and Soren will continue going over details here. And I'll go over to Neatal and Renswa now. So Neatal basically gets out her ice cream and she takes two bowls and just like scoops some into both of them, and she'll offer Renswa one. Hey, look, are you okay? Well, like shit, fuck. Sorry, you're not okay. Um, do you want to talk about it?
There's a pause as she kind of, one arm still, well, both arms still kind of wrapped around Bellathar, with like the one hand grabbing the bowl in front of it. There's kind of a pause before she just kind of shakes her head no. Ears kind of flopping a bit as they're almost permanently kind of pinned down behind her head.
It's okay. We don't need to talk about anything. Um, rushed over as soon as I could, and It only took us a little bit longer than it would have normally because I wanted to stop and get something for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I may not know exactly what you're going through, but I can empathize. Um,
She nods and kind of tries to situate the ball, trying to figure out, and eventually relents and decides that she
she'll
will have to, unwrap herself in order to successfully eat this ice cream.
Neotal will kind of like hold up a hand, just go, hey, you don't need to do that. I got you covered. And she'll kind of like hold up her left hand, which is her hand, which is covered in black fur. And as she kind of like moves her hand to the left, she leaves behind a black misty cloud in the shape of a hand. And basically the coloration peels away from her fur to reveal white fur beneath it. As that hand of black mist kind of like scoops underneath the bowl and holds it for her.
She'll kind of just blink at it.
What can I say? Magical.
Your color.
Oh, that? It happens on occasion. It's no big deal.
She'll, kind of one-handedly but gently start scooping ice cream.
One could say it's a bit of a trade secret.
Ancient bunny secrets.
Sorry, say again?
She kind of like half mutters, just ancient bunny secrets. As kind of the ghost of a smile tries to paint its way onto her face, but doesn't stay.
More like ancient ninja techniques. Passed down along a great many generation for a long time period, yes, from a very refined individual to a much more refined lady. And she'll gesture to herself.
Still trying to find her.
Hey, I can be refined when I want to be. I brought red wine. Speaking of, do you want a glass, or are you trying not to drink right now?
If I drink right now, I'm not sharing the bottle.
Oh, no, that's fine. I fully expected that. It's why I got it with a bit of a lighter kick to it so you could actually finish the whole thing.
Maybe after ice cream.
Sure. She'll take the second glass and just kind of like put it in a bag of holding. Just slip it away. Save that for later. Um, so, uh, I saw that smile there for just a half a second. Would you like to hear a joke that I came up with a couple days ago that I was going to wait for you to kind of meet up with us again before telling you, but I mean I can tell you now.
Your head will explode if I make you wait. I know you.
I'm only halfway that impatient.
Mm-hmm. Go home.
Okay, so it's like this.
And Shad,
You
what's
have you have two cannibals in the woods, right? They are currently eating a clown. And one of them turns to the other one and says, "Hey, doesn't this guy taste kind of funny?" And she just kind of like gives you gives like the biggest grin and just kind of like spreads her arms out like, "Huh? What? Huh? It's good, isn't it? Huh?"
from upstairs. We're travelers and we don't, and we are think that we're funny, but that is not.
but Bellathar kind of giggles a little bit, but she was definitely commanded to do
But she was definitely commanded to.
it. Just blend it, just blend it, just blend it. Gas her up.
Francois kind of just blinks.
And then after like a half a second of silence, Neatal just breaks down and goes, "Well, you see, it's funny because, like, they're eating a clown, and clowns are supposed to be funny, and they're
No,
saying that
no, I get the joke.
Oh, okay, good. uh,
You are ridiculous.
I'm not as ridiculous as others, but okay. I might be I might be a
That
little bit
would be what.
ridiculous.
That would be why you're a ninja.
I mean, believe it,
Well,
right?
there is a light smile on her face.
She smiles and
It's
says,
strained. It definitely warbles a bit, but it does manage to stay up.
she smiles back and says, "Hey, I mean, believe it, right?" She gives like little finger guns.
Believe what?
Uh, it's a famous phrase that a ninja used to say. It don't worry about it. Sorry, it's well, gosh. So when I was young, there was a story of a ninja, right? Who was like he was like the worst ninja there ever was because he wore like the loudest color of clothing imaginable. Like I don't know if you know this, but navy blue is the color you want whenever you're trying to sneak around at night because it actually blends in with the skyline and dark shadows and so on and so forth. It's the traditional ninja coloring. But this guy wore like orange, right? And he would always be like, "Oh, you better believe I'm gonna be the best ninja of all time. Believe it, yeah, woo woo, yeah."
God damn it!
Shad makes a prolonged Naruto joke on stream,
Yes,
and no applause.
it's okay.
Just groans.
It's only a decade. It's only a decade irrelevant and late to the party. And basically, as she just goes in this long spiel, it's very awkward, but at the same time, it's distracting. How does Renswa take this? In fact, what is Renswa's passive insight? Renswa, buddy, Bren, Hal,
Internet die?
Internet
internet probably
die.
died.
What?
Uh,
I was going to say that monologue was so bad, Rincewild died.
Yeah.
Renslaw.exe died.
He disconnected and reconnected.
Hopefully it'll help.
There it goes.
Discord being stupid.
Oh no.
I
I heard something.
I heard that error message.
Oh no.
And then we move on.
I wanted to. Yeah.
Well, when he comes,
You have been thwarted.
yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. Okay,
Perfect
okay.
timing.
Well, I will move on to the room investigation while we wait for Renslaw to get back. And then yeah. So basically, so yeah, Vonnie, Lana, the two of you are making your way over to Morrigan's room.
I like how Shad addressed himself.
I know.
Yes.
All right.
One.
You pop the key into the door as it creaks open to a room larger than anyone else's room. Not by terribly much, but enough. A circular bed lays pristine in the center. There are desks lined with different books, papers, and alchemy setups. Most of it dry. No liquids left in any of the stills. The ceiling of this room is just silly with dream catchers. All seem to like just angle gently as the door opens and invites new air into the room. There is a dark purple rug that encircles the bed and it radiates outward a bit until it reaches hardwood. There's a closet in one end, a vanity in the other. It's all sort of low to the ground, considering Morrigan's height. And a few objects lay positioned on the bed.
Well, what objects lay positioned on the bed?
There is a compass with a letter beneath it. There is a small fabric doll of a small green person with a black dress and a little witch's hat. Those are the things that are immediately visible.
All right. Lana is gonna look over to you, Vonnie, and just say, "All right. So where are we gonna start?"
Start the more obvious. Compass and letter.
I will say too, because I sent it a while to Shad. Anna is there too. She's helping.
You pick up the
Okay.
compass and the letter. The letter is addressed to Soren. The compass seems to be attached.
Quick scan of the letter.
You're gonna just crack open that letter and read it?
Sure. Hey, who knows?
Could be a glyph of warding.
Really?
You
Making
break
jokes.
you break the seal and open it. It reads rather simply, "Dearest Soren, you realize at this point any gift from me comes with a bitter taste. I traded much of my life's work in a copy of my magnum opus spell so that you might have this compass as a means to locate the smith responsible for the blades you carry. Do with it as you would. Dearest Morrigan.
Lana just looks over to Vonnie and holds out a hand. I can deliver that to him.
Yeah, here you go.
She'll take the letter and the compass and just kind of fold the letter back into its envelope before using a bit of magic to reseal it. She'll then put it and the compass in one of her pouches for later. Okay,
Alright.
so we're looking for journals, we're looking for maps, we're looking for notes, we're looking for anything that we can find. Make sure to check every nook and make sure to check every nook and cranny as if you weren't going to already. Can you lift the bed by yourself?
Probably.
Okay. Vonnie will go check one of the cabinets in the alchemy lab.
You mean Lana?
I like how we're just not rolling any investigation, but that's fine.
Do
The
you-
alchemy. Maybe if you want.
This is your room. This is your bit. If you want people to roll investigation, do it, man.
Just cuts down on things if they want. They can roll investigation, and I'll know what to point them at instead of just fumbling around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anna will give the help action to Vonnie.
Oh yay!
Go,
She's
Vonnie.
helping. She's helping.
Make your investigation.
All right, I am burning a bardic inspiration. Also,
Can you burn a bardic inspiration on yourself?
think so.
No, you can, you can give it to
you
Lana.
can't use bardic inspiration on yourself. You have to use it on other people.
That is
Unless there's a
no.
is that a subclass thing?
There are
It
some
is there.
subclasses that allow you
Yes.
to use it on yourself, but they're specific.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
like College of Swords lets you use it to do special
attacks and
maneuvers and
shit.
stuff.
That is kind of dumb.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
kind of balanced.
you can't inspire yourself.
Alright.
You're meant to inspire others, not yourself.
Exactly.
Roll them
So go ahead and inspire someone.
You can't just pull a slide, drink a filter of love, and look in the mirror.
You're worth it. You're worth it.
Oh, the deep cut reference.
There you go. Didn't even need the advantage.
All right, 23. So I'll explain what Lana finds first because I don't know what they rolled, but
Natural 20.
Classic.
All right.
It is a flat 20, but a natural 20 all the same.
Oh well, 23 is still higher. They both kind of bump into it at the same time. They, after like combing the room, you find tomes and books with dog ears in them that call out different formulas and different caustic chemicals and things like that. The things that she was using as reference material. A lot of the alchemy material in here is either mostly finished off or sealed, never used. And not a whole lot of personal messages or writing in here. Though
Is Discord playing us now?
Hey,
Yay!
you do come across a chest set up against the edge of one of these desks, and it is immovable. It, upon closer inspection, it is bolted to the floor internally, and you notice that it is has a very intricate enchanted lock on it.
Lana's gonna look at it and just kind of like lean over to Vonnie. What's the over under that key will fit in that lock?
Only one way to find out.
Alright.
Test key 1.
It does not open. The key moves in a tooth or two before it jams.
So
Time for
not the
Vonnie to
house
kick it
key.
open.
Well, Vonnie, you do have special bard ability, I think it is.
I will notice one thing. I will give Lana something for rolling a crit. Something about the box is off.
Meaning?
It is trapped in some way.
Okay. She'll hold up a hand and go, the box seems to be trapped. Do you have anyone that's good at disarming traps?
I don't know.
Probably Agathar, if I had to guess.
You
She'll
prob-
look over to Anna.
You probably know them better than I do.
Eh.
She looks over to Anna. Anna, could you go get Agathar for us? Tell him
Okay.
that there's a trap that needs to be disarmed.
Okay, I will tell Father.
All right, and there goes Anna. In the meantime, as where Renswan, now that you're back, where did you get in the big ramble that I was doing?
I don't know.
Okay, so Neotal was basically doing an overlong an overlong Naruto reference where she was talking about a ninja that always said believe it, so on and so forth. And if you'd be so kind, Renswa, you may roll an insight check as she is sitting there going over this long story.
And so okay.
17? Okay. You would be able to tell easily enough that she's gotten about midway into her story and she sees that it's somewhat entertaining to you and it's helping to distract and like help raise spirits a bit, even if it's so out there as a concept that she's just continuing to full force go for it, if only to try and help you out, even if it makes her look like an utter idiot.
Congrats, you're only on chapter 2.
It's one of those I'm in too deep type of things. I have to keep pushing forward.
You're not
It's
even.
still got 50 filler episodes to go through.
You're still Naruto. You're not even touching Shippuden.
And it's up to Rinswa if she wants to stop this madness.
Yeah, she just allows it.
Okay. Give me just a second. I have something funny to show.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ah,
Oh, I messaged Shad the DC for the trap check.
Yes.
Okay.
And you were on the dot.
cool.
I just found that to be hilarious was all.
Yep.
So yes, secret roll happened. Things in the background, don't worry about it. Does Renswell have anything that she would like to say with me at all?
No, she just lets her ramble
Okay.
as she eats ice cream.
Okay.
It distracts Soren from trying to talk with Eloise about the plan.
Soren doesn't know nearly as much as the rest do.
Yeah. And Anna comes back down the hallway. What does she say to who?
She she just looks at Lana and just says, "The lock will be taken care of.
Okay. Just
Yeah, that's it.
quirks an eyebrow. And I'd assume at this point in time, like both Vonnie and Lana hear like the click of a lock, and like the chest just just pops open a little bit.
The lock has been taken care of.
God damn it.
Oh wait, Agathar didn't roll up here. The
No, Agathar did.
Oh yeah, he did.
What is Agathar's stealth right now?
None of your goddamn business.
Higher than both of your passive perceptions, I will tell you
Alright,
that
so-
much.
It's reached Shad
Agathar
NPC
is-
status.
Agathar is present, I assume.
Yes.
You watch as the center lock dial just kind of like hiss as you watch this thing kind of like ching, ching, and the lock just kind of falls off of the front of the box with a thunk on the ground heavily. That was an expensive lock, and whatever trap was attached to it was disarmed.
Splendid.
And
Joke's on
as
you. I already
as the-
lost one of my arms.
As the box is opened, it reveals an empty wooden shell.
Joke's on you. I have an invisible mage hand.
Lana kind of like puts a hand to her chin and stares at it. I think I get it. She looks over to you, Lana. You thinking the same thing?
Demi-plane?
No. I mean, maybe, but I was thinking more along the lines of there being a false bottom.
That works too. Same shit.
I mean, I either that or she took whatever was inside with her when she left. She shrugs.
An investigation check, perhaps?
Yeah.
All right.
You're getting the help action from Anna again, Bonnie.
Nope.
Damn it.
All right. Don't worry. Lana's here. She
I
can
can
maybe
punch
do
the chest
something.
if that makes it feel better.
Sorry, what?
I could just crush the chest if that makes you feel better.
That might
Ah,
set off the trap you just disarmed.
yeah. That's what Lana will say. That might set off the trap.
I can take it.
I doubt I doubt an 11 is gonna get anywhere.
It might just take them a long time if they think there's a false bottom.
Let me ask, because Agathar is present in the room somewhere. Is this more of an up close and personal inspection, or can he do it from a vantage point?
It's an empty box.
Okay.
Other things Nagathar notices in the room is just like a doll that vaguely looks like Morrigan resting on the bed.
Mhm.
If he wants
But,
to like roll Arcana or Investigation, he can certainly do so from a distance, but like the DC will be increased.
Yeah.
this would just be an investigation. There's no magic here at this point.
Okay. Soft 20.
Yeah, there's something about how the bottom is fastened to the rest of the box that alludes that it's mechanically held in place. You fiddle around the exterior of this ornate chest and find a few sections that input. And upon pressing them, the bottom of the box slides away, revealing what looks to be some kind of mechanism that upon the slide coming away just whirs to life with a chunk 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 as you just watch a staircase apparate leading downward into an liminal space. A few lights flickering to life, illuminating it looks to be a stone floor.
Is he able
Lana.
to feel around for that stuff with a mage hand, or is that like a...
He has Mage Hand Ledgerman. I would say yes. That's literally what the whole Arcane Trickster subclass is all about.
Nope, there he goes.
What? Hello?
Yeah. So there, you essentially have a stairwell that leads downward.
Yeah, sorry, my internet just flickered out for a moment. I probably
Um,
missed all of that.
It's okay. Basically, you can use a mage hand for that because you have mage hand ledgerman. It's literally a part of your subclass. So yeah, sure. You can
Okay.
feel around the box and like hit those notes, those little points, and get the ladders for both Vani and Lana, who are just kind of like maybe theorizing with Anna about how much weight it would take to smash it open, and like it just suddenly starts. The staircase is revealed, and they're both just and they're all three just like, oh, well, that works.
It must have been a trigger word.
Anna's just like, I'm a genius.
I am a genius.
Lana just kind of like looks over to Vani. Think we should get the others for this one?
I think they're all busy.
All right, you go first. Nah,
Va-
I'm messing.
Vonnie will try to
No,
climb her way in.
she shakes it. I was messing. I was kidding.
Too late.
No. Opposed athletics.
Might versus might.
We're wrestling. Anna wants in on this.
Oh dear God. All right, have Anna roll a strength check.
Yeah, pulling up a sheet. Just a strength check. All right.
Okay. So what happens is like Lana
Deadlock.
tries to stop Vani with a 14, but like Vani's dragging her along, and then Anna just picks them both up, and like they sandwich Lana between the two of them, and she's just like, ah!
We are measuring each other's strengths. I like this.
And both Vani and Anna are both like dead even on their strength, just squeezing each other. Lana in the middle with her eyes slightly bulging, just like, ugh!
Amazing.
Anna, you stay out here.
I will, but
Fine.
the moment you make a noise, I'm coming down there. And she
You
just lets him go.
Do you descend?
Actually, wait, hold on. How did I word the thing? No. He's just like, no, I am coming with.
Then you are not going first.
I will not be persuaded.
Somebody go.
And she will just let. There was a little bit more of a standoff, and then she'll just kind of abruptly let them go.
All right. So
You
yes,
talked me into it.
You can lead, but I will follow.
I like your funny words, magic woman.
Dealing
You
with the
step-
dealing with the Goliaths are a lot easier.
Word. Okay. You guys step down a short staircase into a small room. There is a workspace in one corner. A few flickering magical orbs kind of just like flutter through the room, giving it a sort of consistent light. There are a few corkboards that are just peppered with different pictures and frames of different math equations and circles. An incredibly large spell circle is diagrammed in front of you. And there are a few books, and you see what the trap was, as wires from the surface lead downwards to what looked to be small, flammable powder charges that were lined all over the paperwork. Failing would have caused this room to go up in flames and essentially ash anything of value.
Phew!
Firebomb trap.
There are a few look to be iron rods that rest in one of the corners, and another table that seems to just be littered with small brass gears and pieces, and one or two completed what look to be weird looking lanterns that have these like glass orbs in them. So the orbs look like they are either cracked or many of the little gizmos or pieces are bent in a way that makes the mechanism no longer function. Prototypes.
If you would like, Vonnie, you may roll a history check.
Jesus, my rolls have been everywhere today.
I would say a 13's enough. You would recall looking at all these lanterns that Morrigan was working on a similar project earlier at the start of at the start of your small little vacation here in Deepwood. And that they are there to contain something, but you don't know what.
Well, I mean, they look like lanterns. These are the things that release a substance.
Oh, never mind. My fault. Different lantern.
They're lantern-like. They're like brass with glass and gears that cause them to spin in some fashion. And there are others that are just long irons, hollowed bars with spiked bottoms and tips. A few of them seem to have splotches of red paint in spaces. What do you do?
Let's see.
Could someone make a Smith's Tools check to try and ascertain the design of these?
Yeah.
Smith's or Tinker's Tools?
I'll go with Smiths. This would be a what attribute?
Intelligence.
Hey.
Too advanced for you.
Damn. Hey, you get a token.
Yeah.
It happens.
There are a few books,
You know what?
and one leather-bound journal that seems to have a latch and a lock on it that sits in the center of one of the desks with one of these two of these powder charges set beneath it.
Did you have a thing that you could have done, Valen? Or Vonnie?
I have an inspiration.
Oh, okay. Well then, sure, you can spend that inspiration if you want.
Do I want to hoard it though?
Use it or lose it.
I mean, you
Yeah.
don't lose an inspiration. You use it when you feel like it.
I know, but like, you know. When else are you gonna use it?
To be honest,
Combat.
to figure out what the fuck she's doing is probably important.
Yeah, I'll pop it.
Alright, go ahead and roll again.
Followed by another natural one.
It would be hilarious. Damn
On
near
No,
close
just
though.
two.
God damn.
fucking brand. It's not a natural one though. An 11 is an 11. It does something.
I have. Nah.
What are you trying to ascertain?
Uh, More so trying to figure out. Um. What. This is a weird lantern. Is it supposed? It looks like it's supposed to hold something. Can I tell if it's alchemical or magical in nature?
It is a mixture. Both. A hybrid mechanism.
I'm guessing with that low of a roll, I won't be able to tell the activation.
Unfortunate. You know it does something. Not much of what it is, actually. But you've just one pair of eyes. You have a whole caravan full of people. And you got books and a spell board still intact, unburned.
Lana will pick up a lantern and just kind of like hold it to carry it to the group later.
Grab the book also. Let's see what I can't figure out of this. The completed spell circle. Is it the spell circle? Is it completed or no?
It is. It looks like a roll an Arcana. 15. You look at a mishmash as you lift pieces of paper that have been and placed over others. You see several circles. You see the furthest one on the first set of sheets was one very intricately created and crafted spell circle, and then you see new pieces of paper placed over them with new, more hastily drawn spell circles over them, as if things have changed and the spell has changed in some way. And it looks like there are several layers of paper that now craft it. What circle now stands in front of you? Written in several different languages and different points.
Could you DM me a list of what languages they are so I can poke anyone that knows stuff about them? I can make guesses, but at the same time, no need to make guesses. I could just ask. Lana will. Okay. Hey, Vani, what are your languages?
Common, Celestial, Abyssal.
Okay.
Just invite the
And
travelers. I'm sure between the three of them, they know all of them.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, they could just ask and they'll know.
Lana does not know any of those languages either. And yep. So yeah, she's just going to basically take that circle and just kind of like she traces stuff onto paper to kind of like get a good tracing of the circle itself before kind of like packaging it.
I mean, you could just take the whole board off the wall.
Oh, I thought I
It's
like
on a very large cork board.
okay. I imagined it was like just drawn on the floor itself. Okay. So yeah,
No, no.
she'll lift up the cork board itself.
Have you seen the first Iron Man when he's in the cave with the drawing?
Yeah.
Where papers on papers. That's
Yeah,
what
pretty much.
That's what I'm seeing.
Pretty close.
All right then. So yeah, she'll lift that up and say, "All right, we have a good chunk of information here. Let's take this back to the rest of the people."
Yeah.
And walking up into the room, she'll grab the doll on the bed and carry that with her as well.
All right.
Kind kind of disappointed that with all the hastily drawn spell circles, smithing didn't come.
You'll have plenty of time to revisit the room and keep investigating it.
No, it's the magic circle. I'm like, arcane runes. Might have a general idea of what they might do.
I would say with a 15, you're not a wizard, so like the DC would naturally be higher for you.
Yeah, this is unknown magic. This is a spell of Morrigan's crafting.
I mean, fair. I just thought that the magic crafting would come into play a little. Try to help
It's
understand
okay.
that. Oh well.
You know what? It's fair enough on that, but this is mechanical crafting, is what it is, not like super magical. Like whenever we say, oh, it's a mixture of magic and mechanics, it's more like the magic is there to like make something light. and the rest of it is mechanical, which is outside of your expertise.
I'll give you this with a 15 art like that was a smithing tools check. I mean, it's a pretty low level spell. There's a magic mouth inside the lantern somewhere.
That is a bard spell, so yeah, Vonnie would at least get that. So yeah, you guys collect the stuff, bring it up, and go to the front and begin laying things out. Putting the corkboard onto the wall, and the journals onto the table. Francois, are you paying attention to this stuff now, or are you still letting Neatal just kind of like ramble
About Naruto.
about different stuff now?
Yeah,
Evangelion, perhaps Bleach.
she's just letting herself relax to, just camaraderie and inane ramblings,
To crazy nerd ASMR is what you mean?
basically.
The Bellathar is just sitting there silently, letting her squish her.
You would see Lana and Vonnie return with a bunch of materials and stuff, and while Neatal would kind of like hesitate in her story for a little bit, she would just kind of like pause and then just kind of like continue where she left off, unless you stop her.
Nope.
Okay. Then Vonnie, then as and then the lantern and the doll are set down on the table. Um, I have a question for you, Vox. Is there anything with the doll specifically?
Mayhaps.
All right. Go ahead and DM that to me if you would. Okay then. So yes. As the as the doll and lantern are both sat down on the table, and then the corkboard put up, Eloise just kind of like looks up from her notes at the three items. Hmm. Interesting. Was this all you two found down there? Or sorry, in there?
Generally. Some
Lana
alchemical
nod.
items.
Lana nods. Hmm. Interesting. She'll then slowly reach over and pick up the lantern before making a Tinker's Tools check.
Eventually, I'll add tinkering tools to my tool proficiency.
Okay?
Oh, I can't see what you rolled, so
I know. I'm adding it together. Da. That is a 18.
an 18. She can see the reason it is non-functional is one of the inner gear workings had cracked. Likely on its first use, this prototype was a failure and cast aside and used as a lesson into making the next.
Yes, but did she gain insight as to what the function of it is?
It's It essentially, when activated, it whirs to life. Uh, its upper portion spins open, creating a sort of propeller that launches it into the air, where it then cracks its glass housing and spreads whatever was intended to be into it out as far as it can be. It can be carried.
Okay.
Just about anything could be stored in that glass, so certain consistencies would be thrown further than others.
She nods, and she'll say, "This lantern, it seems as if it's supposed to it's a dispersal unit, probably for whatever she was cooking up in the alchemy labs." She then turns and looks over to the doll, and then very gently reaches out to pick it up and inspect it. A bit of blue magic flickering in her eyes as she does so. Hmm. Magic. Witchcraft. Intriguing. DC, she got a 20 on that Arcana check.
He gets vaguely what it's for, but clearly not for her.
Yeah. She'll then look
Also,
over
look,
to.
we just forgot about the compass. It's just in somebody. That's just in Lana's bag. No one's getting that anymore.
She'll hand that out. Trust me. She'll then look over to Agathar, Soren, and then Renswa and say, "If one of you were to touch this doll, you would probably have a bit of a reaction with regards to it. Nothing dangerous from what I can sense."
Like stores memories or something?
"I don't think that's it. Probably a message if I had to guess."
May I?
She'll offer it.
And Soren reaches out his hand to touch it and then stops and goes, unless anybody has any objections.
I would just be careful.
Aye. And he's going to go ahead and touch it.
You touch the doll, and you feel like a quick warm sensation before it sort of just there's a sort of like flash from the doll, and an image of Morrigan apparates in the room, her form flickering as she just stares blankly forward. And then looks to you, Soren.
The apparition say anything, or
It looks as if it's waiting for you to say something.
hmm? I can't think of anything. Like Soren right now is just expecting it to give an explanation, even though he probably already knows what it is. But he's just going to look at it and just his eyes will narrow and he'll just say, "Why?"
You see lights flash across its eyes. Death's had to matter. It couldn't be for nothing.
What did it say? Sorry.
She said their deaths had to matter. It couldn't be for nothing.
And he's just kind of like reflexively, he's going to say, Whose deaths? The hunters or the innocents that be taken up by these by the explosions?
There's a moment like it's considering the answer before the lights flash across its eyes. My family, my people were not butchered by men. They were butchered by a people.
That doesn't answer me question.
You watch it consider for a moment before its eyes flash. There is no clean way to cleanse.
There's no clean way. What? Sorry.
To cleanse. I'm sorry, is my mic not close enough to me?
Maybe not.
Sorry.
I have a question. How is Francois reacting to this particular situation?
Terribly.
Yeah, probably not well at all.
Neotal just
So
kind of like
how did we get in this? Because I disappeared
basically.
for water and came back to this.
Okay, so there was a small doll in the room that Eloise determined would react to one of you guys touching it, and Soren was like, "Okay, I'll do it," and he did, and now there's an illusion of Morrigan in front of all of you guys answering questions,
Mhm.
and Neotal just kind of like puts a hand on your shoulder and just says, "You don't have to be here for this. We can just go somewhere
No,
else."
no, I need to be here.
Okay.
I need to try to understand why I should do this.
Do you mind
And
if I
why
ask?
all of this was more important than family.
Maybe you should ask it.
You said you wanted to ask something?
Well, I don't think it will respond to me.
What do you want me to ask?
Well, what you just asked, why this is more important than you or your family, or her new family, I guess.
She would sit there a bit and let the others continue asking questions.
Well, does Agathar have a question?
Um,
And Soren's kind of gotten up at this point. Like as soon as it said there was no clean way to cleanse, like he's pretty much
What's your
gotten
social
up.
security number?
Oh, 5-3.
yeah, ooh, 5. What's your bank login?
Boys, we got her.
we got her.
yeah,
Infinite
so-
money
More
hack.
money.
Yeah,
Go
Soren's
increase
already
your J's.
Soren's already like stood up and he's just kind of walked away.
All right.
He is visibly upset by this.
Eloise will kind of say, "What? We'll kind of ask a question, see if this thing responds to her." So, you think that destroying all of a civilization will make it better? And then
There
Well,
is.
you tell me, Vox, if it responds or not.
It's Eloise speaking.
Yes, it is Eloise speaking.
There is a a flash across its eyes as it turns to regard her, but it doesn't answer her question. It just its face twists into a snarl as it leers at Eloise. Traitor. Betrayer.
Belethar will sit up. Um, you know, that's funny that you call her a traitor.
Wasn't finished.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
okay.
Sorry. It's like, you forgave him. How could you?
I never forgave him.
The illusion slowly loses the facsimile of an emotion as it does not have an answer to hers. Just a candid response to her voice.
Hmm. Seems as if it won't respond to our questions. Agathar,
Agabel will, Belethar will kind of keep holding Francois, but will regard. See if it actually works. I don't know if the thing would work with Belagar, but and it might blow their cover, but fucking whatever at this point. She will regard it with, um, oh god, what was my question? I don't even know if I had a question in the first place.
you could always take Eloise's.
Kind of. Um, do you honestly believe what you have done? The little trinkets, the little messages, even sparing me. Do you really think that's love? Or do you even know what that is?
You watch lights flash across its eyes as its face sinks sullen.
You feel Rensoir flinch.
I want to say yes, that I understand what it is to love. But I am not worth it.
So
You
you
were
damn.
always worth it.
Ooh, Francois speaks.
As her eyes stare into this facsimile of Morrigan, as she kind of stands her way out from the couch. You were always worth it. If you weren't worth it, do you think we would have stood beside you? We would have been here, gone through any of this if you weren't worth it. The only one who ever thought that you weren't worth it was you. As she kind of takes a few kind of off balance steps towards this doll illusion before kind of regaining her balance.
Neatal's just kind of like by your side, trying to, catch you if you fall, but letting you stand on your own.
You finish as you start to approach it. Its visage returns to that of like a just plain face before its eyes flash again, and it just looks more sullen than it did before. I have burned every land I have walked on. Why do you think it would have been any different? I don't understand any of you.
Because you weren't alone this time. Is that what all this truly is? Is this just some pathetic attempt at self-deprecation to the extreme? To destroy yourself along with everything else because you feel like that's what you deserve? Is that what we all deserved? As by this point, rivulets of tears kind of streaking through the tan fur under her eyes, kind of matting it to her face as her face kind of goes through a gambit of emotions as she stares this illusion down. Just some attempt at whatever it is that you think you deserve, whatever it is that you think you're going to get out of all of this. Because all of this, everything, worth losing it all. Morrigan, you are the smartest damn person I have ever met. So I would like to think that you were smart enough to realize that you already lost your family once. So why in the hell would you willingly throw it away a second? Why? Why, damn it? And about that time is where her physical strength kind of gives out on her and she kind of slowly crumples to her knees.
Neatal will kind of like catch her and just kind of
Yeah.
like slowly pull her into a hug.
Yeah, Bellathar is right there.
Other side with her ankles.
Hmm.
Soren stays resolute.
I think the illusion is just flickering at this point. It doesn't have an answer, though its face is an expression of weeping, though it's not capable of tears. Before it just kind of like vanishes in a swirl of dust.
She just sits there in the middle of the room on her knees with her arms kind of wrapped as tight around her as they realistically can, kind of dull claws digging into her sides as her ears are pinned down and back.
Neatal is just gonna kind of squeeze her for just like a couple more seconds before kind of narrowing her eyes. No. This bitch doesn't get to just fucking say all this and then say nothing to your questions and just walk away. No. She's gonna stand up and grab the doll off the table and walk it over to where Soren is. Soren, hold this.
Soren's hands are clenched, and Neatal will hear he's taking, like, deep, ragged breaths. And he's just going to kind of look at Neatal and say, I think I've heard enough.
No, you may have. I haven't. Touch it.
He almost snarls at her as he just, like, grabs it again.
Does it reappear?
It does, in fact, reapparate.
All right.
So Soren is going to try and take it out of Neatal's hand and then walk it over to Rensois, and then sit and then just like kneel down holding it so that she can see it and talk to it.
Oh, it's not the doll. It's an illusion in the middle of the room.
It's just in the middle of the room. I thought it was
Yes.
like near the doll. Okay, never mind.
All right, and then she'll kind of like just take it back and say, "Thanks, big bro." All right. She'll then turn over to the illusion again and just go, "Hey, Morrigan, you respond to me, right?"
Nothing.
Hey, figured as much. You know what? I don't need this thing to tell me what we're gonna do. We're gonna find this woman, and I'm gonna get some answers from her. If not, for my sanity, because she has hurt my friends and my family, then for at least Rensois. Rensois, you don't have to talk to this woman again, because I'm gonna get the answers for you. She doesn't get to just say all this and then run away to go blow herself up in some other city.
Rensois flinches.
No. I think that this was already the plan, but goes without reiteration, but we're going to stop her. And when we do, I'm going to punch her right in her stupid little face.
Bellathor will put a hand on Neatal's shoulder. I think that's enough.
No? Okay. Yep. It's fine. Sorry. Rensois, you don't need to see this thing anymore.
I'll take care of it. And then it just kind of like floats out of her grip with the mage hand.
And she'll kind of walk over to Rensois and just slowly pick her up. You need me, Rensois?
She does not get the chance to pick her up when she kind of lays a hand on her shoulder. There's kind of another of those quick flinches, and Rensois will very quickly stand up and run off to. I'm trying to think if Neatal has been in the cart before, but no.
I think so.
Well, no, she has.
She has.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah, I think she
Okay.
was only in the. She and the rest of Team B were only in like
Yeah,
the entry area.
not very long, but I still think they've probably been
Yeah.
in enough to know the layout of Rensoir runs to the nearest bathroom, and the door slams closed, and like most any of you can probably hear the retching.
From
So-
vomiting?
Yes.
Soren at this point draws both of his blades right there in the room and starts going down into the basement. Does he just pulls the blades from his sheath and just goes "Ugh," and then just goes down into the basement?
Does he ever get the note with the compass?
He'll get that at a point in
Eventually,
time.
yeah, he'll get to
Someday,
it.
when I'm older.
I don't think now's the right time to put that in his hands.
Yeah, let him burn his energy first.
Uh, and and it is at this point in time that Eloise just kind
We'll
of
end the session. No.
no that that Eloise that well Neatal races off to kind of like post up outside the bathroom to kind of just like be there whenever Rensoir leaves. To just kind of like be like, ah shit, I kind of went overboard here. Fuck. Um and Eloise just kind of like has her fingers steepled together and she just looking at the absent air where this illusion was before she looks over to the large circle planted on the poster board and then to the lamps. Mm, I think I know where she's going. We'll put an end to this. And then she will stand up and say, Agathar, you're the only one left up here, right? No, sorry,
Uh,
Agathar. Sorry, Agathar, since you're the only one left here, well, you and Vonnie at the very least. I think I know where she's going. A spell like this needs a lot of magic to fuel. And because of its basis in witchcraft, it has a very specific fuel need for it.
put it on the map.
She'll walk over to where the star map is, and she'll post the coordinates for Therabolder in Vuori. We'll need to start there first, and then we'll need to make our way to the Crystal Lake. No, shit, forgetting my own locations. Then we'll need to make our way a bit further in.
We're gonna need to make our way to the Crystal Lake, but we have to. But if we see a dude with a hockey mask on, we need to run.
Yeah. Therabolder's the best city that we could go to. We'll make our way past Rendor Skull and further towards where our old home was. It'll be cutting it a little bit close, but
We might be
Ooh.
able to shave. We might be able to shave some time by jumping parts of the force with the flight ability of this cart.
maybe. But regardless, it'll be cutting it close to that 7-day time limit.
Then let's not waste it. And the cart immediately just starts going.
Alright. And that is where I think we'll end session.
Fuck.
the cart trundling along softly, as elsewhere, seated inside of a castle, currently awash with a red liquid, sitting upon a throne, an older human with a large crown on his head, speaks to a tall, feminine figure with robes on. You can go tell your emperor that unless he meets with me himself, he will be getting no further audience or any further brokerage for an alliance. To which the figure simply nods, bows, and turns to leave. We shall be back, and we shall bring with us something that would be of great benefit to the both of us. You will see that an alliance is one of the only ways your kingdom will see proper growth.
Go to a hole in the ground.
And that's where we will end session. As years move, things shift, and the party begins to make their way to intercept Morrigan before she destroys a whole civilization.
Feeling distance. I sense something going on.
Yeah.
Morrigan.
Shit is.
Do it.
So
He would be like that. Be like, I'll hold him down and do it.
I'll hold him down, I swear. Anyway, so with all that having been said and done, I hope you guys enjoyed the session. I hope you guys had fun with it, even if it was a little bit shorter than normal. Speaking of, let's all say goodbye to the people before we go into the post stream. Remember, you can catch us live at twitch.tv/thedeathlyshad, or Deathly Shad. Speak just that, no D. And so on and so forth. Agathar, say goodbye to the people.
There's two of me now.
Yeah. Morgan, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, people. I was
Rensois,
not here.
Rensois, say goodbye to the people. Is Rensois here?
They're still in character.
Well, if that was the case, you'd hear him retching. But
All right, Soren, say
they're-
goodbye to the people.
and you don't hear Soren either because he's in the basement.
Yeah. Vonnie, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah. And from all of us to all of you, have a wonderful day. Remember to like, subscribe, comment.
Son of a bitch, my mic was flipped up.
Hooray! Rensois, you're back! Rensois, say goodbye to the people.
I was here. I've been talking. I'm like, why are these motherfuckers talking over me? God damn it.
I am so sorry.
No.
We didn't hear
my
you?
mic was yeah, my mic was flipped up.
All right,
No.
well,
But
but yeah.
it's like but yes, goodbye. Rincewa just comes out of the bathroom eventually, looks at me, it's all I wasted the ice cream.
She's just gonna say, it's okay, we got more. And so yeah. Remember from all of us, all of you, goodbye, have a recording off. Okay, we're now in the post stream. So, everyone.